Thought I'd sit out here and relax a little bit before we hit the stores, but it's chilly and I don't want to go to the retail stores. I'm getting the itch to go to the outlet, so why don't we go there instead? Maybe we'll end up at both, but I think we're going to go to the outlet first, which is a little bit farther away than my normal stores and the route that I take. So let's go to the outlet first and see if we can pull anything out of those delicious blue bins, and then maybe depending on how we do, I'll go to some of the stores or not. At any rate, we're going to the bins first, so let's head up there now. Alrighty, let's get at it, folks. I'm gonna take a quick glance over the shoes, see what we got working on. What do we have here? St. John's Bay, that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick scan. It'd be nice to have this other Croc, could use that. All right, let's get moving. Only pair I found that's clean enough to take right now at this point is this pair of Brahma boots. They're in pretty good condition. They're a little bit on the heavy side, but that's all I can find. This is a good Brooks, but I can't find the other one. These Uggs are kind of destroyed. Are these? No, those are not Crocs. Those are probably Time and True or something like that. So everything else that I'm seeing here is either a single left over from last night, or just in terrible condition, or not worth reselling because it's a bad brand. So might move over to bags here in just a second, or start hitting the clothes. They are about to bring out a fresh new batch of clothing, so I might jump in line there. This is a big guess for me because I don't sell a ton of soft surroundings, but I saw some of the keywords that said tunic, shacket. It's like a red plaid, obviously. It's a 2X. I did see a sale, I think for $30 or $31, but that was an extra small, and this is a 2X, so I'm not really sure what to do with it, but we're at the bins, paying by the pound. I'll probably throw this in my cart and maybe look it up a little bit deeper here in a second, but that'd be my first find in the clothing here. The first 3 bins came out, but I really didn't see anything, so I'm going through last night's goods, just see if there's something at the bottom here that may have been overlooked. The Lees, never really heard of that. I'm gonna guess it's nothing. Pants, not really looking for dress pants these days, with obvious exceptions. Backwoods, what is this? It's a bag of some sort? This is weird. What is this? Is this a swimsuit? Backwoods? What do we got here? Nope, I thought that was a tag. We're moving on. Coats, vests. Here I would make an exception, grab a few of them because it's gonna be a little bit less expensive naturally. It's a nice clean New Balance. Oh, I lied, not clean. But if I was in the store right now paying $5, $6 for most bread and butter vests and coats, I'm probably gonna pass that up because I really do want more springtime stuff. Old Navy. So a lot of the stuff that I'm pulling up here that is maybe fall and winter related, if it's a good brand, probably still grab it. But at the stores, forget about it. Stuff is pretty tangled. We have here Old Navy again. And let me check this. Old Navy. All right. I saw this exact size, Adriano Goldschmidt, sell for, I think, 20, and I think I saw one sell for 30, both 26 regular. As long as there's no damage, I might take this. This is a good pickup at the bins, although jeans for the most part, and I think this brand in particular is just, the market is flooded. So if you're getting them very, very cheap, and these are very light, 30% cotton, then some rayon, they have a little bit of a stretch to them, but what was the size? 26R. These look like they're in good enough condition to sell for $20. I think this is gonna almost come under a pound. So these would be like $1.50 to $2, which is great. There's no fraying on the bottoms. So condition-wise, I'd be marking these as very good condition. Is it wearing in the crotch? No? All right, we have a good pair. I'll take those. It's not bad. Ashley Stewart. Hager. I'll have to go back and check because this is the picked over stuff, and I'm wondering if maybe somebody had that in their cart and then noticed some damage and left it behind. And Taylor Loft. What else do we have here? It is really slow again in here today. Wondering what the deal is with that. When I say slow, I mean from a customer perspective. There were really not that many people here at Open, which is something I'm not used to. And this is only the second time I've been here in 2024, so starting to see a little bit of a trend. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame t-shirt. It's kind of nice, kind of small. I think I'm gonna leave that behind, assuming that there's no money there. Some Forever 21 brand new with tags, something or other. Ambiance. Is that something that I should be looking at? I don't really know. Carter's. And this Lando. Nothing there. I think I'm gonna leave this one behind. Everlane. It almost looks cropped. I think this is called the Track. Just a black pullover zip. Actually, the zipper here is broken, so that seals its fate. Let me show you this. Just there's an E on the side, and then that's what the tag looks like. I feel like just looking at the app, there's tons of these listed, not a lot of them sold. And then we're moving into spring, so I think I'm gonna leave, well, I know I'm gonna leave it behind now that I know there's damage there, but if it was not broken and we were a couple of months back, I might grab that since we're at the bins, but that's gotta stay. Bexley, local school, more Old Navy. Isn't it amazing how much Old Navy and Gap you see at the bins? If you shop bins across the country, do you also experience just an overload of Gap and Old Navy like we do here? I don't know if that's just my area or if it's every single bins location around the country, but man, there is just so much of it. And it's been that way for years here now. So just an observation. Wonder if you're feeling the same. I was about to show you a bag that I got out of the bags and belts. The rotation just came out, but there's a $50 or $60 keyboard sitting right here. Microsoft KU, what was the rest of it? 0462. And we got both of the pieces there. And this is wired. I mean, this is $50-$60. Yeah, this USB looks okay, so I'll take this home and plug it in. It's not particularly heavy, so this is amazing. Just sitting right on the top of all of the hard goods. Let me scan this for you so that you get a shot of everything that is in here. I might go through some of the hard goods, but it has just been such a struggle to find anything in here. Now I say that, and this thing just landed in my lap, right? So that's probably a sign that I should be going through all of this, but time is money. So here's another good example. This Dribble Up ball, these are excellent. This one isn't in the best condition. You can see it's like it's got some scrapes right above the letter U. I don't know, maybe I'll grab this also. All right, this is the bag I wanted to show you. Osprey, very good brand, and this is a Waypoint 80. Bag looks like it's in pretty good structural condition. I have to wipe it down on the back here, which shouldn't be a problem, but I was checking for all of the straps just to make sure that we're not missing anything important. I didn't really check the inside, although the inside doesn't look bad at all. One of these just sold for $90 with free shipping, but this bag is pretty big, although it looks like it's foldable to a certain extent. So I'm gonna take this one home, and I know this looks huge, so yeah, it's gonna require, you know, a large box and take me a little bit to ship and wipe down, but I'm trying to, let me see how much this thing weighs. This is probably like a 4-pound pack, so it's gonna cost me $8 here, but I mean, to flip it for 70, 80, potentially 90, I have to pick that up, right? So I'm coming home with this one here. It's a great score, and then let me show you the purse I got from this rotation. I think this might be vintage, but I'm gonna need help from you folks. Does that tag mean that it's vintage, or do I need more information? At any rate, it's a leather canvas Dooney and Burke. It's got some wear, you know, it's not in perfect condition. I don't know how much time I'll be spending cleaning leather, but let's take a look at the canvas. The canvas looks like it's okay. I mean, there's some things like that little stain right there can be wiped off. So some of this is just really cosmetic, but this is a nice looking bag. The hardware looks like it's in really good condition too. I haven't looked up the price yet or the comparables, so I'll pop those on the screen for you when I have them, but this was a good find too. So, I mean, you know, on the low end, I'm gonna guess and say $40, $50, and then, you know, 80 to 100 for the backpack. These are two really good pulls out of the new bag rotation. This stuff here is from the night before, so let's just rummage through it really quickly. Maybe I'll get lucky, find something sitting on the bottom or something that somebody left behind potentially. It's like a newsboy hat of some sort. What else do we have here? Gloves, Ohio State hat, College of Engineering. Nothing on that end. Let's look. This bag's in rough shape, no brand on it. Here. This feels nice, but what are we working with? Carlo Caccini Roma, handmade in Italy. Should I look this up? Because it feels nice on the outside, but yeah, that's in pretty bad condition too. All right, we're moving on. Let's see if I can get to the bottom of the middle here. Another canvas bag. Not much going on there. All right, yeah, I'm gonna settle on those two, on the Dooney and the Osprey. I think those are great finds. All right, I ran the comps on these shoes. Their style is cane, but they're not that great. I mean, they might be $20, but you know, they're gonna be 3 pounds. So I'm gonna leave those behind. I really wish I could find this other Croc wedge, but I can't find that. So I'm gonna put that back. And this was a really clean UGG slipper, but again, singles only. So I'm gonna leave all of those behind, and hopefully I'm here long enough for a shoe rotation, because lately they've been doing them way past 12 and I'm usually out of here by then. So we might get lucky, we might not, but I think I'm doing okay so far. This is probably the 3rd or 4th Tilly hat that I found. I like this, and it's coming with the owner's manual, which is awesome. Size 7 Tilly hat, and it is clean. Still has the strap attached. This is great. This one looks like it's in really good shape. A little bit of maybe sun wear. It could be some sweat, but I mean, I've sold plenty of them with sweat stains, so I don't think that that'll be a problem. If you were not aware that Tilly hats are a Bolo brand, check those out. And then I saw this. I don't know if this is something or not. I gotta look it up after the fact, but I didn't want to not film it in the event it is something. It was Fox Cargo, but now I can't find the tag. I don't know where the tag went. Fox Cargo, this canvas bag, this could be cool too. So I'll look this up. There's a little bit of a stain there, but I think that's to be expected if this is like an outdoor piece, rugged piece. So I'll look this up, but grab those Tilly hats when you see them. Here, it's not gonna cost me anything. So I mean, if I spend $30, that hat will just pay for the entire trip. You didn't think I'd walk out of here without finding Patagonia, did you? This is just another Capitoline base layer, but look, there it is, right in my lap. And this was just sort of sitting underneath this stuff. This has been like long picked over too. Snoopy over there. Capitoline base layer, another one that's good for like in between $15 and $25. I don't know if it's women's or not. Size small. Where's the tag? Tag's underneath here, but I'll throw this in the cart all day long. All right, I just pulled in. That was a pretty decent trip to the bins, but before I let you go, even though my sales have been really slow the last six weeks or so, a couple of sales have been really good, including a simple human mirror that I sold recently. And I had a few of you ask to see how I was going to ship that. Well, it's been shipped, it's been received, and the person that bought it left positive feedback. I think it cost me $6. I had to get a cord for something that I had at home because it didn't have one in the store. So I only paid $6 and I sold it for $200. But I want to show you the steps I took to ship the item. So I'm going to rewind the clock a little bit, and let's take a look at that because it arrived safe. Absolutely flat, and then just wrap this mirror portion as much as I can. I'm not going to go underneath here. I'm just going to go over it. So that's going to leave a little bit of flex room at the top. I'll try to make it as tight as I can, but I want to protect the other side of this more so than the side we're looking at here. So let me wrap that first, show you what that looks like. Once that is sufficiently wrapped, I'm going to go with a layer here across with some more bubble wrap, and I'm going to do the same on this side as well. You have to remember, this was a $200 mirror that cost me $6. So I'm not afraid to use a lot of bubble wrap, and in this case, I'm using the very thick kind. So let's finish with this side and then this side, 2 rows. Okay, mirror portion is wrapped, seems sturdy. I'm gonna protect the base with a little bit more bubble wrap. I don't need a ton, this is very, very sturdy. So I'll wrap this next, and then we have to find a box that is long enough to fit this because I think it goes around 20, 21 inches. The box I'm gonna use is this Corksicle box, and it looks like it will measure up. It's going to go almost exactly the full length of the mirror. And if it is a little bit too small, I can bend it, because these are giving me a little bit of flex because the mirrors bend. So it doesn't necessarily have to go completely straight. One of the things I am going to use, and I do this often, is I'm going to use this more or less as a pillow right here to protect this portion of the mirror from potentially cracking, right? Because this sort of protrudes up, and I don't want it to lay at an angle, if that makes sense. I want this to be sitting straight up. So this is going to be like a little pillow right here. I don't know if it'll work or not. It usually does, and I do that, often with mirrors because I've been burned in the past. So I'm going to drop this thing directly in this space now. Okay, it's in the box and it feels secure, but I think I'm going to use one more of these little tubes, these wood tubes, to prop this up underneath a little bit more so it's a little bit more flat. I want it to be completely flat, and these will act as like a little bit of a buffer if shipping gets rough, the transition gets rough. So I'll put one more underneath there, and then we need to cut the box down. The box is cut down. It looks like there's hardly any room for it to move around on the inside. So now it's just a matter of taping this box up, getting the weight and the measurements, and printing out the label. Box is taped up, label is on, and it is ready to go. I feel pretty good about it. I think it's sufficiently taped, sufficiently packed, and there's no sliding around in the box. So that's it. Now you just hope and pray. All right, that's it, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. Brendan here, Dad Planet, the one-man show. Time to go hang out with the kiddo and do little to no work from here on in. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you're watching this on a Monday, enjoy your Monday. Whatever day it is you're watching. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.